Hi, we're going to talk some more about time and clocks today. But before we get started, well, first of all, we're doing chapter 19, lesson 3. The page numbers are 373 to 374, and it is Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. Okay, so before we talk about time, we're going to talk about this circle right here. And what I need you to do is consider that this is a green spinach pizza, because it's green.
Yum.
And I want to share it with my friends here, Mrs. Lopez, Mrs. Batchelor, and my niece Lizzie. We're all going to share this pizza. But there's one whole pizza, but what I need to do is share it evenly. So I'm going to split it into even groups. And then
pesto pizza.
Oh, pesto sounds good, actually. Better than spinach. Although it might have some spinach on it.
I don't mind spinach. Spinach tastes good.
Yeah. On a pizza?
Well, yeah, because you could add some others like tomatoes and onions, and you can make it like an omelet pizza.
You're making my mouth water. Are you going to put eggs on it?
Vegetarian pizza?
Yeah, no eggs.
Okay. So what I've done is I've split... Ooh, I gave it away a little bit. But I've split up my pizza into even groups. And what I also did was I had a clock on the other side. So this says, you can't see it all together, but it says 12 to 3. 12 to 3 is 1/4 on my nice pizza clock. There you go. And the other two pieces of delicious pesto pizza are 9 to 12 and 6 to 9. So we have the clock has been split up into 4 pieces, equal pieces. And so that's how you get, when you have 4 equal pieces, you're going to remember from when we studied money, how many quarters are there in a dollar? 4. So when we take a clock and we split it into fourths, just like this, you're going to end up 12, not yet, 12 divided by 4 is 3. So you go 3 numbers. Here's the first division, goes like that. You go 3 more numbers. Here's another division. You go 3 more numbers. There's another division. And you go 3 more numbers, and there's another division. So there's my fourths. So I split the whole clock up into fourths. So, okay, go ahead. So there is the clock split up into quarters. And just to give you a preview of fractions, which we're going to be doing soon anyway, here's 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. And that technically is the way we count it because we're going clockwise. Okay, go ahead. So what's going to happen is there's my fourths went away, but we see the fourths. Okay. Now, sometimes we don't have quarters. Sometimes we have a half. So like to go with our pesto pizza, we had a nice cookie here. Okay, and we split it in half. And then we split the half in half, but that's not important. The cookie got split in half. So sometimes the clock is also going to be split in half. There you go. So from 12 to 6 is half, and then of course this side from 6 to 12 is also half. So now that you have an idea, and the way we write half, of course, is 1 clock split into 2 pieces. Okay? And that's 1/2. Okay, so now that we have a little bit of an understanding about fractions, now we're going to talk about this particular lesson. So, chapter 19, lesson 3, time to 15 minutes. Remember, when we count time, we're skip counting by 5s. So 5, 10, 15, that's the first 3. Here we go. There are 15 minutes in a quarter hour. Remember? So when it goes from 12 down to 3, that's 15 minutes. That also could be called 1/4. So right here, they have the number 10:15. And the way that we say that is we say 10:15. So if I use my handy dandy tools here, I could say the minute hand is there, the hour hand is pointing towards the 10. So that is 10, 10:15. And actually, the hour hand is a little past the 10. Okay, the next one says 30 minutes after 10, or half past 10. So that would be here. And now the hour hand is going to be halfway in between 10 and 11. So this is 10:30, but we say it 10:30. The last one, we will have been 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, right? And so rather than saying 3/4 after 10, what we say is 1/4 till or 1/4 to 11. Because what we're saying is there's just one more quarter section until it's going to be 11 o'clock. So it is 45 minutes after 10, or if we were to write the time, we would say that's 10:45, 1/4 to 11. In a quarter hour, the minute hand moves around 1/4 of the clock. So down here, we're going to try to write some times. We're going to do the first one together, and then you could turn off the video and try to do the other two, and then check your work afterwards. So the first one says our time is a little bit after 9, and then the minute hand is pointing to the 3. So that would be, I want to show you something else, a nice tool that I have here. I'm not exactly sure why, but we call this a Judy clock, probably named after one of my siblings. But this Judy clock can also tell us 9:15, but right now it's telling us 4 something. So I'm turning it. The nice thing is you notice that the minute hand turns fast and the hour hand turns slowly. Also makes a large clicking sound.
Every time you pass 60.
Okay, so that's 10 o'clock, but I need to go one more. So there we go. So that right there is 9:15. And one of the things I really like about these clocks is that the hour hand moves the same way a regular clock does. So that's kind of nice. It makes it very, very accurate. So we have the short hand is pointing just above the 9. The long hand is pointing to 3. And we know that's 5, 10, 15. So that's a 1/4 after 9. So I'm going to put that back here. So basically we just did the first one together. Write the time. And we're going to say 9:15. Now, one of the other things I wanted to make sure you knew, we talked yesterday about how the hour hand is shorter. I was looking at the test today, and one of the other facts about our test is the hour hand is a little bit thicker. The minute hand is very thin and long, and the hour hand is thicker. So, and I did notice that on this one right here, that's kind of the same way. So that's a little bit wider, that's a little bit skinnier. So just if you get confused about which is which, that's how you can tell. It's not like that on a regular clock.
I was looking at the real one.
Okay, this is just the
For
math,
learning techniques.
the math magic that goes on in 2nd grade.
Yeah, there you
Right.
go.
Okay, so you're going to shut off the video, click, and then 3, 2, 1, we're back. this one, the hour hand is halfway in between the 9 and the 10. So that I know it's 9 something. And then the minute hand is on the 6. Now I can skip count by 5 6 times, or I can remember that fraction. I just split the hour in half. So what's half of 60? 30. So I can say that this clock is 9:30. Okay. This, as I used to say when I was teaching 5th grade, this is in the danger zone. Because this is the one that's a little tricky. It looks like the hour hand is pointing at the 10. It's not. It's almost pointing at the 10. So it is before 10, and this is 45 minutes after the hour, or it's a quarter till 10 o'clock. So it hasn't gone past the 10, so it's obviously 9, and it's 45 minutes after the hour of 9. How many quarter hours are in 1 hour?
4.
4, just like there was 4 slices in our pesto pizza, right? Because 1 divided by 4 is 1/4, a quarter. So that is 4. And then I'm just going to draw a picture. I didn't draw it very well, but you can pretend that that's 1/4.
You had quarters there, I can see that.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, I just wanted to let you know that on the PowerPoint that you got home yesterday, this was supposed to be Homeschool Pop, and it wasn't. It was something else. Not quite as fun. But the cool thing is it's there now, and it has been added to your playlist. So if you want to watch Homeschool Pop, How to Tell Time, it's there for you in more ways than one. And now we're going to go to the next page, and then we're going to be done with the lesson today. So
Only
let's see
one
what.
page today.
Yeah, yeah. So 11:30, and they've done that one for you. So that's 11:30. Okay, and then they want to go 1:15. So 1:15 o'clock. So if I were to say, well, this is 1 o'clock, right? My hour hand is pointing at the 1. Then I'm going to make my minute hand go right there. And I'm glad that moved that a little bit. So I'm going to go a little past the 1. And there's my long hand. So that would be 1:15. Okay? 1:45. So when it says 2, it means it's not 3 o'clock yet. So it's before 3. So the number that comes before 3 is 2. So I'm going to put 2 here. And then if it's 1:45, I know it's 45 minutes after 2. So I'm going to go like that. So it's not quite 3 o'clock yet, but it looks like it's kind of close. Okay, 8:15. If it says past, then I know the first number is going to be 8. So my hour hand is going to be really, well, too long. There we go. And then it's 1/4, so it's going to be pointing to the 3. So that is 8:15. Okay? 5:15. Now this one, they want you to write it as a digital clock. Isn't that nice? That
That makes it easy.
It almost feels like cheating in
Yeah.
a way. Okay, so it's 5:15, so that means it's 5 something. So I'm going to put my hour hand there, and then my minute hand is going to go to the 3. A lot of 5s in that one. 4:45. That means it's not 4 o'clock yet. So what's 1 before 4 is 3. So I'm going to put 3 here. I know my minute hand is going to be pointing to the 9. And then I'm going to be almost pointing at the 4. Sorry, just draw these the best you can. We're going to give you some grace. Did I do that wrong?
No,
No,
you're right.
that's right.
1:45.
Because it's 2. They might wanna circle the words to and past, that could be
Oh, that's a
helpful
good
too.
idea. I like that. Because really, you're not going to know what's the right answer unless you look at that. That's super important. Okay, half past. Now I know a half past is 30 minutes. So I know my big hand is going to be pointing at the 7. I skip 6. My little hand is going to be halfway in between the 7 and the 8. So that's going to be 7:30. And I'm going to double underline past. So I know, okay, 7 is the first number. Quarter to 10. So it's not 10 yet. So I'm going to make that 9. So 9, the minute hand's gonna go there, and it's almost but not quite 10. Okay, so that's my best shot, 9:45. And if you notice, like even when I'm doing this, I go pretty slow.
Yeah. taking
Because
your
if
time.
you try to do it fast and you just whip through it, you might not be correct. And I really like what Mrs. Lopez said. Pay close attention to, does it say to or past? Because if it says 2 and the number's 4, that better be a 3. If it says 2 and the number's 10, that better be a 9. Because it's the number that's before. Okay, reading math vocabulary. Draw a line to the word that completes the sentence. A blank is 60 minutes. Mrs. Lopez?
Hour.
An hour. So I'm going to go right here. There's my line. If you want to write an hour, that's fine. You don't have to. There are 15 minutes in a
Quarter hour.
quarter hour. So I'm not going to write that in.
You write a fraction, a quarter fraction.
Oh, that's a good idea. In a quarter. And then I'm going to write HR. Not homeroom. Okay, so these 2 videos here, you might like these. These are all about quarter hours. So these are new, and we'll make sure they get up on the playlist too. So you have an opportunity to look at those. And I'm going to take this down. And we could go to the next slide while I'm erasing. You notice that my buddy Gigi is up there, and he's got his balloons that spell out his name, Gigi. And we're not done with our lesson yet, because the last part of our lesson today is we need to practice Gigi math facts for 10 minutes and also do flashcards. Because really memorizing those multiplication tables at this point right now is huge to get you ready for 3rd grade. And one more. And this is just
There we go. There it goes.
my animated clock there. Yeah, I just like it because it moves. And if you watch this one, this is Dr. TikTok. And he's a little like sing-songy, but he's kind of cute, and it's only a minute. So take a look if you like. Have a good math day.